I'm Rocke Musgraves, Director of Minden Parks and Recreation, and currently we've got our facility has some issues that we're trying to deal with right now. You know, a facility is a living, breathing creature, and you have to take care of it and you have to maintain it. And so right now we're facing some of those. There's some pretty big hurdles, but we think we can get over them. In our indoor pool, we're facing a couple different problems, but the result of those problems are mainly because of the ventilation in there. Right now, the air conditioning unit, which also acts as a dehumidifier, is out, and we're going to have to replace that at a cost of between $55,000 and $60,000. And then we're also looking at maybe some venting that we're going to have to replace in there as well. Now, because of the moisture in the air and the chemicals in the air from the pool, a lot of our hardware for our doors has rusted and corroded to the point of being non-functional. In fact, a lot of the doors don't even close. All the door jambs and frames are rusted out. The hinges are rusted out. Some of the doors are actually falling down. One of the fortunate things is a lot of our doors are made of fiberglass, so we don't have to replace the doors themselves. We just would need to probably paint those. We would like to get fiberglass frames for our doors because that way they're not going to rust. So that would be a big help. I think the project for replacing all the doors, including 4 panic doors we have in there, is going to cost about $33,000. The panic doors are the type of doors where you push on the handle or push on the bar to get out, and the inside locking mechanisms of those have gone bad and corroded and rusted, so we need to replace those. One of the other concerns is our fire alarm systems. They're starting to be rusting out and being eaten up with corrosion on the inside of those. So if you were to pull the fire alarm, it might not operate correctly. So that's kind of dangerous. I'm also foreseeing some potential problems with things that are up in the ceiling that we can't quite see, that may be rusted out, that I think we're going to have to deal with eventually down the road. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Now, another pool-related issue is our outdoor water park. We have the outdoor pool here as well as the outdoor water park. The outdoor water park is not functional right now because of some broken piping and unions and maybe a manifold problem. And the gentleman that I spoke with said that could run anywhere from $8,000 to $12,000 to fix. So we're also dealing with that. You know, one of the hidden gems out here are our racquetball courts. We have two courts that could be really nice. However, the air conditioning system has gone out on those. So kind of the same deal with the pool. You've got a lot of moisture in the air, which is creating mildew and some problems with our walls. We need to repaint the walls. We need to redo the lighting in there. And then actually we could use that facility not only for racquetball, but handball, or potentially, other racquetball type sports like pickleball, things like that. So that's a great space that we'd like to get up and going. With our batting cages, which could be a great workout area for our softball players and our baseball players, are pretty much non-functional because of the way it's set up, the design, as well as the equipment down there is so outdated. The other day we had a gentleman throwing in there and was hit by a ball that ricocheted off a pole, and we had to take him to the emergency room. I foresee these type of events happening unless we do something about our batting cages. Step number one, we want to get the right type of cages in there, and cages are meant to be hung, and so they drape down, which makes them a lot safer. Also, we need to get the flooring in there taken care of, which would require concrete flooring and with potentially maybe carpet over it. And then long-term cover it, because of the amount of rain we get in this area. It'd be nice if our youth had somewhere, and our adults, to go hit even when it's raining. I think those cages would get a ton of use. Eventually, we're going to have to replace the L screens that are in there as well, because they're a bit dangerous right now and they tend to fall down. So the flooring, the roofing, the L screens, the cages themselves, the netting, I think is going to run total cost anywhere from probably $40,000 to $60,000, depending on how much coverage we want with a cover. When it comes to our ball fields, I think our guys down the hill, under the direction of Roderick Thomas and Frank Torrance, have done an amazing job with what they have. Of course, we always need new equipment to work on the fields, but right now some of our immediate needs down there have to do with the quads and the buildings down there. We do need new overhead netting for those fields to protect our people from getting hurt. There is a couple of our dugout roofs that need to be done, need to be redone. The quads, that house the concession stands and the bathrooms, desperately need a facelift, at the very least painting, and then a lot of the flooring in the bathrooms are in pretty rough shape. I'm also looking at potential heating and air conditioning problems in those buildings as those age as well. The glass in a couple of the quads has been broken out because of lack of protection, so we need to get those covered. And just general maintenance of those facilities is something that we're going to need some financial resources to deal with. The reason that we're making this video, or that I'm participating in this video, is not to complain. If anything, we want to take a proactive approach. There's always going to be reasons people are going to complain about things, but what we're trying to do is solve these issues, and we're going to reach out to the community and ask for your help in this. And the reason, too, I'm reaching out to you is, one of the reasons I moved to Minden in the first place and brought my family down here is because of the wonderful people that I had experienced a few years back coming over here to the St. Jude auctions. And I just could not believe the generosity of the people in this community. So that you couple that with the needs that we have down here, and I really think our problems are solvable. Yeah, there may be a lot of them, but it's like the old joke about how do you eat an elephant, one bite at a time. And so we're going to take these issues one at a time, and we're going to solve them, and we're going to deal with them. And so I'm asking for your help in doing this.